So I just have one question. How did Jared Leto method act Skeletor? All right, so Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Is the latest film in this franchise that began with a toy line from Mattel in the 1980s, went on to become a cartoon, numerous adaptations, had a movie in 1987, I believe.
Dolph Lundgren.
Who makes an appearance here.
He was in here.
And so massive franchise, probably one of the first mega franchises that just started out of a toy line. Mm-hmm. After maybe Star Wars or something, and then Masters of the Universe. Mm-hmm. So the general idea of Masters of the Universe is pretty much this guy, Prince Adam. He is more or less an ordinary guy, and then he gets this sword that gives him power. Mm-hmm. And he becomes essentially like a Conan the Barbarian style, like super warrior.
Yes.
And he has a collection of friends and allies that are all kinds of random heroes.
Yeah.
And it's like combines every trope of fantasy and science fiction together. So it's essentially built entirely on the rule of cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where it's like if there's sorcerers, there's warriors, there's villain's a skeleton guy. Robots, spaceships.
Space battles.
Pretty much anything a kid would ever want is in...
Definitely an 80s. 70s, 80s product.
Yes. So, as somebody who knew very little about it going into this, other than just the general stuff.
We know Skeleton Man.
We know Skeletor. We know all that
and then
stuff.
He-Man.
Yes. I mean, we're aware of mostly of the memes. We're from an age slightly after the heyday of Masters of the Universe. So like
mine would have been like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles day. That was like probably after this,
right?
Or maybe something might have been.
I think the first mega thing I remember actually as a kid was Power Rangers, and that was like early '90s. So we were from a little bit after this craze kind of died down, but it never really went away completely. Every so often, another animated series pops up, or the new toy line comes out.
Yeah,
or something.
that's pretty much it.
I don't think it ever actually died totally.
Yeah, because they were still making shows and like Netflix and stuff. Because it's like, just recently that was like that's like within the last couple of years,
right? So the series never went away, but this is the first time I think that they've really kind of compiled it all together and really got it out there as a mega event type thing. And it's not doing super great at the box office, but it doesn't matter because Amazon has unlimited funds.
Because we have Daddy Bezos' money.
Showing up. I guess Bezos was a He-Man fan because he wanted this to happen.
Yeah, he walks into the studio and just says Power of Grayskull, and then money shoots out of his hands.
Pretty much. And to be honest, I'm glad it did because I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it had a lot of heart. It was funny.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that reminded me of Dungeons & Dragons that came out a couple years ago, which it did bad in the theaters, but it was like an enjoyable like blockbuster. I don't know what they call it. It was like a summer movie.
I guess we both have our movie like that.
Yeah.
So your movie that you champion all the time is Dungeons & Dragons. Mine is John Carter.
Yeah.
And that also had a very similar vibe to this.
Yeah.
Where it was like a sword and sorcery kind of, I guess, sword and planet in that case. But type film that was celebrating a character that was long past its prime, that a lot of general audiences didn't know about or whatever, but treated it more or less with respect. And that's kind of pretty much what's happening here. I think they're treating the source material with a lot of respect. From what I gather, fans of Masters of the Universe really enjoy this movie. Like, I haven't seen too many people that hate it. Almost everybody saw it's like, it's actually good. Which surprised most people, I think. It doesn't take itself seriously.
But it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, but I don't think the source material takes itself all that seriously.
It's like I said, it's an 80s cartoon, or like 70s, or whatever it is.
80s,
80s cartoon that came out. So
it was basically they created a toy line, and then they were like, make a cartoon with a
make a
storyline.
cartoon with this,
These are the characters.
Yeah.
Make something up out of these storyline. And I liked how they didn't try to create a modern narrative with it or whatever. There's a point where they talk about... They do make a lot of jokes about modern culture. and like workplace culture and all that kind of crap.
Because he works in the HR department at some place.
And they make a lot of jokes about that, but I liked how they tried to explain Skeletor, and they're like, what's his motivation? There's got to be something more to this, and it's like, he's bad.
Yeah, he's evil. That's it.
His face is a skull.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, pretty much.
His motivation is he's evil. So I sometimes I like it when they take it back to basics and just tell you a simple story.
Yeah, because sometimes a bad guy just has to be a bad guy.
There doesn't necessarily need to be a complex motivation about why your bad guy's bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I did like how they incorporated a lot of cool ideas. Like, they turned this into an isekai, which I don't necessarily think that was initially the case.
Yeah, because they, like I say, Adam or whatever is like in the real world at the beginning. So he's like an Oklahoma or something.
But it's like, because of the characters in Eternia all have the most ridiculous names ever. Mm-hmm. And in this, there's an explanation in the universe where he basically came up with those names because he hasn't been there since he was 10 years old. Mm-hmm. He remembers all these soldiers and warriors, but he didn't really know their names. He didn't personally know these guys. He just remembers seeing them fight.
Yeah.
So he had crazy names for all of them, and he basically created them all as like his own personal superheroes or whatever.
Like Ram Man or Fister or whatever his name is. Fisto.
Fisto.
And then Mechaneck.
Mechaneck. And those are the names of the characters, actually. And they all have ridiculous names.
Yeah.
The most ridiculous of all being He-Man himself.
Yeah.
Which they don't actually mention till the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, so what, did you have a name for yourself? It's like, yeah, it was He-Man. It's like, what does that even mean?
The manly man or whatever. Muscular man.
So, yeah, they do make fun of that. It knew what it was, because even if you didn't grow up with He-Man, you probably, if you're from our generation, our age, we didn't grow up with Masters of the Universe per se, but we did see a lot of the internet meme culture surrounding it. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high and loud. Sit to the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey. And famously, there's that one meme song.
Yeah, the meme song that was like how many years ago? That was a while ago.
That's early internet.
Yeah, that was like YouTube poop days.
Yeah, it was. I think it was before YouTube even. It just got uploaded to YouTube after. Yeah. It's one of those things. If you look up the video, it says 15 years ago, and it was like it's older than that.
It's basically like you had that song, and then basically people were parroting. That was the time when they were parroting all those like old '80s cartoons. Yeah, because you had like that, and also the G.I. Joe parodies.
Well, yeah, because the people that were making that content grew up with that.
Yeah, they were like making G.I. Joe like ad dubs or like ad libs or whatever.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe dubs. That was another thing. They should have put that in the G.I. Joe movies.
Yeah,
but this movie actually embraced that. So we jokingly were saying going into this that we were going to be like those guys that went into the back rooms.
Yeah,
and were expecting to see like the Roblox version or something. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we're going into the Masters of the Universe, and if we don't see that song, I'm walking out. And it happened. So, like, these guys do actually understand that the audience, at least a chunk of the audience that didn't grow up with the show, still knows what it is.
Yeah.
Because of the internet culture.
And actually, some people who were watching it were really into it, because there was some guy behind us was like cheering the screen on. Like he was like, "You need to beat her up too," or whatever.
Yeah, he probably was somebody that grew up with the show.
Yeah, because it didn't sound like he was young. But,
no, I don't think.
But
so it's a lot of cool stuff in here. There's a lot of good action too. Like it balances itself well from comedy to actually being a cool movie.
Yeah,
like at times it's just cool action and fantasy stuff. And then other times it's comedy.
Yeah, comedy. Yeah.
Like everybody's a joke character. Idris Elba is really good in this.
Yeah, Idris Elba plays a pretty decent job.
He's the Man-at-Arms. He's like drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
And I liked him a lot in this. I thought it was cool that the father was played by James Purefoy, who a lot of people probably don't know who that is, but he was played Solomon Kane in the Solomon Kane movie, and he was in John Carter as well. So like the guy has made a career out of playing these like old school like heroes from yesteryear type of thing. So that was kind of inspired casting, and I think that was probably intentional to get in on that vibe, because this isn't Conan, but it's obviously inspired by Conan, and the guy who wrote Conan also created the character of Solomon Kane.
I mean, just look at Arnold Schwarzenegger from Conan, and then you have He-Man.
Yeah, it's pretty much He-Man.
Yeah.
So I liked how they incorporated that. There was one part I thought was really funny as somebody who's followed the Highlander reboot for a long time. Mm-hmm. There's a point in here where they use the Prince of the Universe song from Queen, which was created for the movie Highlander. And they used it here as for like the big epic action sequences. They storm the castle. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those situations where they took so long to make Highlander that somebody else stole your thunder.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, you snooze, you lose, I guess.
Actually, they had kind of like two Highlander references. There was another one where he's like riding in the car, and this guy's like, "What are you, some sort of Highlander?" Well, yeah, it was like, okay.
He's walking around with a big sword in a modern city.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Highlander.
So it's like, okay, you have two. Which I think Highlander is supposed to be. Is that an MGM thing too? I don't even know.
No, that's Lionsgate.
Okay.
So that's coming out probably next year because it is pretty deep in production. And I'm excited for that one as well because I'm not the biggest Highlander fan, but Chad Stahelski, a guy who directed John Wick, is doing it, and Henry Cavill is Connor McLeod. So, like, it could be really good. So I'm excited for that. But I just thought it's funny that this movie basically stole the thing that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, they're totally going to use that song in some epic action sequence. Because it was the song from the intro for Highlander, the original movie. So it's like you literally just took the Highlander song for this. But it's like they've been screwing around so long that somebody's bound to do it.
Yeah. Might as well, because it's kind of appropriate for this movie.
It worked here, like
the way the name actually is about Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I liked that. I liked all the little like cheeky things they did here, because like even the MGM logo was Battle Cat.
Yeah.
In the beginning, which I thought was cool. So they did everything they possibly could to make this the most memeable He-Man movie ever.
Yes. Which you probably have to do that sometimes.
I think that's how you have to make this work.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people that are fans of He-Man don't take it seriously. Yeah. And I don't think it was ever meant to be that serious.
No, I don't think it's not a very serious show.
Like, it's pretty cheesy from what I gather.
Yeah. I mean, at the very, like, one of the very ends of the movie, like, they do a weird laugh. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be from, like, the 80s cartoon. Yeah, like, they're, like, laughing, like, belly laughs.
It's like that thing that happens at the end of a lot of 80s cartoons, like the end of the episode where somebody will come in and say some cheesy line, and then everybody just has this hearty belly laugh.
It's like, okay.
And then I like how they panned over to Battle Cat.
Yeah, they're like,
and he's
what's
just looking at him
Everyone's
like,
doing it. It's like, what?
It's like, that wasn't even funny.
Yeah, it was like dumb. It's like, what?
So it nailed all the stuff around it really well. Like, I think it captured the feeling of an 80s cartoon.
Yeah. Which you need to do in this type of movie.
Right. It captured the essence around Masters of the Universe, the meme culture and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then also managed to be cool as well. Like, there's moments that are legitimately awesome in this movie. So it had that feel to it. Almost had, like, kind of a Marvel feel almost. But that needs to be what this is.
Yeah.
So I think it worked really well, honestly. I was surprised as well.
And the acting was quite good, actually, for a movie like this.
Yeah.
Like, everyone did a pretty decent job, but Jared Leto actually did a pretty decent job.
Jared Leto wasn't terrible. No.
I mean, Jared Leto gets a lot of flack, but he did do a pretty decent job with Skeletor, because he actually played him pretty well.
Well, this is the first time we've ever seen his true face.
Yes, so exactly.
I think that really helped. He improved his acting.
Yes, because he's like 500 years old at this point, or whatever.
He's a 500-year-old skeleton.
Yeah. And he's like, man, I actually did a pretty decent job in this, because you could become very campy.
Which Skeletor is. Like, he's kind of campy anyway.
He kind of plays it very well, let's just say. Because there's parts when he's campy, but then also parts when he's, like, kind of menacing, which you have to be.
He kind of reined it in. Yeah, they did a really good job. They had good comedic timing.
Yeah.
All the actors did a really good job with that. I honestly, this is me personally, I guess, because we watched Scary Movie just the other day. I laughed more in this than I did in Scary Movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, this one felt more, the laughs are more organic.
Yeah.
Than this.
I do agree with that.
And people acted more like how you would act in the situation.
Yeah.
So I think that's just me. You got anything else to say about
Yeah, this is definitely an enjoyable movie. It's like it's kind of disappointing with this box office number.
But the box office doesn't really matter.
But this. I know when there was like the person that does MGM, they said they expected it to be like 30 million. They didn't expect us to do very well. As like for a $200 million movie, it's like I expected it to be 30 million.
Yeah, but you got to take into account that Amazon and Netflix regularly make $200+ million movies for streaming only.
Yeah, so they have all their plans, and I'm assuming it's going to be streaming. It's probably going to be exactly like how Dungeons & Dragons was.
Yeah,
it flopped in the theater, but when the streaming came out,
it'll be number one.
It was number one in like streaming for like a long time. To the point where they said they might make another one.
This is getting a lot of decent word of mouth.
Yeah, this one actually is pretty good. Like,
because I know almost every person I've seen who's seen this movie said it was good.
Yeah,
like they were like a lot of people were legitimately shocked how good this is.
Yeah, it's especially for a movie from a 1980s cartoon.
Yeah,
it is pretty decent actually.
Right. So I think that's going to do it. The only other thing I would say, if you actually are a fan of this franchise and the stuff around it, definitely stick to the end credits.
Yeah,
because there is a little teaser for what they may be doing next.
Yeah, if they make another one.
Which is the sister franchise.
Yeah.
So that's about it for our review of Masters of the Universe. So if you like this review, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more like this in the future, and you too could feel the strength welling within. See ya.
See ya.